Hey guys, Scotland's Football here, back with another video, and today's video is Championship score predictions game week 40. There's 6 more game weeks of the Championship left until the end of the Championship season. It's getting so competitive in the playoffs and the relegation. Anything can happen over the weeks in the Championship, and this is why I love the Championship. Honestly, I might support a team in the Premier League like Wolves, right? They're my team. But I like watching Championship football. I think it's really competitive. Well, I am a massive fan of non-league football. I'm a fan of Stafford Rangers and I have a season pass there. Even though we play crap most of the time. Because I cannot get a ticket at Wolves in the Premier League. That's the bad thing about the Premier League. You cannot get a ticket. Right, let's get into the video then. Right, the first game of tomorrow is Millwall versus Swansea. Honestly, Millwall aren't doing as best as they can to get in the playoffs, and I don't think they'll get in there now. And Swansea, they're doing all right. They could do even better. They lost 1-0 to Luton at the weekend. I think this game is going to be a 1-1 draw. I don't think anything going to be in it because both teams are challenging for the playoffs. So that's playoffs. The second game is Barnsley versus Blackburn. Well, I think this is going to be a really cagey affair, just like the Millwall game. I don't think Barnsley are going to win this game. I think it's going to be 1-0 to Blackburn. I think they'll just nick it. They just lost to Wigan 2-0, and Wigan are doing fantastic now. So I don't think Blackburn will nick this one. I just think Barnsley, they're not in bad form, but I just think they're not in bad form, Barnsley, but I just think that Blackburn will just nick this one. Right, so 1-0 Blackburn. Right, let's move on to the next prediction, which is Cardiff versus Charlton Athletic. Cardiff are in great form, so are Charlton. Charlton are down the bottom end, and Cardiff are at the top end in the playoffs. 6th in the division, and Charlton are now 17th. So, honestly, I think it could be a 3-1 win here to Cardiff. I do think Charlton might find the game a little bit too much, even though they're without Leo Taylor, and they're in quite good form. Both of the wins have come against QPR and Hull. I think they were both 1-0 victories as well. As Cardiff, they can't score one goal against Cardiff to win this game. So 3-1 to Cardiff. Right, the next game is Reading versus Brentford. Well, Brentford are in great form, and Reading form is okay. They did lose to 2-1 to Derby recently. It's a good result for them, but they did get a 1-1 draw the other week against Stoke. So I'm going to say here, I don't think they're going to find this game far too much, and I'm going to say a 2-0 win here to Brentford. I just think Brentford are going to keep getting results now. I think they're going to beat everyone now and keep. As West Brom aren't doing the best they could, I think they can easily get in the playoffs, automatic promotion still. And Fulham are now dropping points, so West Brom, and then good teams like Cardiff and Brentford in good form, and Leeds are just picking up their form again. And Derby. So it's going to be 2-0 win here to Brentford. Right, the next game is Queen's Park Rangers versus Fulham. Well, both teams are in quite bad form at the moment, and I don't think anything's going to separate them. Could go either way, but I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw here. Nothing's going to separate the two teams. Right, let's move on to the next prediction. Then, which is Wigan Athletic versus Stoke City. Honestly, Stoke didn't play well against Reading really, and they didn't do well against Middlesbrough recently, as Neil Warnock winning his first game for Middlesbrough, which was quite embarrassing, bearing in mind it was Neil Warnock's first game for Middlesbrough. Right, so then move on to. I'm not too sure if Michael O'Neill was there, or was he still self-isolating or what, because he got COVID-19, didn't he? Right, so let's move on to... I haven't done the prediction yet, sorry about that. I'm going to say a 2-0 win here to Wigan. I think they're the great form they're in, fighting to get out of that relegation zone, and I think they've got enough quality now. They can even if results go their way, you can even challenge for mid-table now. But I think a team like Wigan, I think they're in a really good position for a team like them, really. Right, so let's move on to the next prediction. Leeds United versus Luton Town. Wow. Another team that are in good form in the bottom end, just like Charlton and Barnsley. Wow, you can't underestimate them for this game. I thought they were going to get thrashed earlier in that. I thought they were going to get thrashed by Swansea at the weekend, and they actually won 1-0. I think they might get thrashed by Leeds, but earlier I was thinking that through, thinking perhaps I'm being a little bit harsh on Luton, but I'm gonna go a bit easier on Luton here. I'm gonna say that they're gonna score, but I'm gonna say Leeds United 2, Luton Town 1. So I'm not underestimating them there too much. They're not being too harsh on them then. Right, the next game is Preston North End versus Derby. Well, I think that it's going to be a 1-goal decider in this game. It's going to be a really cagey affair again because Derby haven't got the best of away records, but their form has started to pick up now. I think they got 4 or 5 wins in a row. And before the season got ended, they actually won 3-1 away at Sheffield Wednesday. And that, in the first game since the season got resumed behind closed doors because of COVID-19, they actually won 3-2 away at Millwall. So I think the Derby are going to win 1-0. Right, and move on to the next one now, which is Nottingham Forest versus Bristol City. Well, Nottingham Forest played really well the other day. Lewis Grabban grabbed 2 goals and grabbed a brace, which is 2 goals. And they literally dominated Huddersfield for the whole game. But this game, Bristol aren't doing too good. I think they're falling away with playoff hopes now. I think their playoff dreams are over now. So I'm going to say a 2-0 win here to Nottingham Forest. I think Lewis Grabban might get another 2 again. So I think right, the next game is Birmingham City versus Huddersfield Town. I'm going to say, well, Birmingham just got 2 draws in a row to West Brom and Hull. Well, a 0-0 result against West Brom is probably a really good result on paper, but Hull 3-3 draw against Hull is quite a bad result. And they were 2-0 down as well. They always struggle against the bottom half teams because this season Hull were actually a mid-table team and are up there for the playoffs this season, and look what's happened to them. I think since Joel Bowen and Grzyski went, I think that destroyed them basically. And they're having problems battling with their owners, and they're not getting very good attendances each week, and they are getting thrashed though. Since Bowen and Grzyski went, they literally kept getting thrashed. I don't think they've won since New Year's Day, and that was away at Hillsborough against Sheffield Wednesday. I'm going to say Birmingham are going to lose 2-0 here to Huddersfield. I think it'll be a 2-0 win to Huddersfield. As Huddersfield are desperate for the points to stay in the Championship now. And Birmingham, I think, will struggle again against the bottom half team. So 2-0 to Huddersfield is my prediction. Right, the next prediction is Sheffield Wednesday versus West Brom. Well, West Brom are on a huge goal drought. The last 4 games, they haven't scored a goal. I think they got 2 draws and 2 defeats against Wigan. 2 defeats against Wigan and Brentford. So I think that they're going to lose. I think Sheffield Wednesday are going to beat them 1-0 here. I think they're going to struggle again and not come away with at least a point or a goal. Not even a consolation. Right, the last game here is Hull City versus Middlesbrough. Wow, I think this will be a very tight game, and possibly it could end in a draw and nothing separates them. But here, as Neil Warnock's with first game in charge of Middlesbrough as he beat Stoke 2-0, I'm going to say here a 2-1 win to Middlesbrough here. 2-1 win here to Middlesbrough. Right, we're at the end of the video now. So if you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe, and do get everyone, you know, to subscribe to my channel if you like my sort of content and the massive football fans and like football. It doesn't really matter if you're not a football fan. If you're just a big fan of me, or just of some of the aspects of football. I've really remembered to like but I have received a couple of comments recently, which is quite good to see. Right, the like target today is 5 likes. Until then, guys, goodbye.